This queer music.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Pick up the boots.
Yeah. You guys knew I was back into town.
Just had to come back. Bring a Foster's with me.
Australian for American piss.
Or is it American for Australian piss?
They probably don't even make it in Australia at all.
Man, who knows? As I said, we don't drink the shit, we just export it.
Right.
Alright. Everybody's compounding their earnings and all. Whatever you're in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, sir.
Reinvest those dividends. Compound it. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. So, Foster's Lager, billed as a uniquely Australian beer by corporate parents Sam Miller, Foster's has been brewed in Texas for years.
Huh. How about that?
British pub patrons may also be surprised to know that Foster's on Tap there is made in Manchester, England, not down under. Yeah.
How about that, eh? There you go.
Yep. So it was, ironically, Foster's was created by two Americans who arrived in Melbourne in 1886. Now you all know about Foster's. Damn, there's all kinds of supposed import beers that are really made here in America. Red Stripe is made in America, and it's supposedly Jamaican. Killigan's Red Irish, or Irish Red, Foster's, Beck's, and Kirin Ichiban. That's crazy. Lion ass motherfuckers. At least we got the BlackSheep show.
That's it. Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
Who have we got in the audience today?
BlackSheep, where's your entrance with your Arsenio Hall yell?
BlackSheep show.
Oh come on, that's not it. Let's go.
I was fucking muted.
Crypto!
I fucked
There you go.
up. Oh, well.
Foster's.
What's up, man? We got 7 people out there. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Go ahead and smash those likes.
Nice. Yeah, fuck the like button.
Yeah.
You got to keep it professional here.
So what's going on? We got a new guy in the house. What's that?
Make love to the like button.
Right.
That's right. Makes sweet,
So
sweet
what's
love.
tell us about yourself, Mr. Doge
I'm
Preacher.
a Doge preacher. I've been kind of educator around Vancouver for many years. Like 2013, I started Bitcoin.
Yeah?
I just kind of roam in the streets, done some conferences. I hosted DogeCon, which is pretty cool, like a Doge themed conference. It was 4 days long. Not like Dogecoin themed because you'd run out of things to say. We just like had fun, memes and shit, like a scavenger hunt, decentralized scavenger hunt, like weird stuff like that, like different order, different teams,
Nice.
same story. A bunch of weird stuff. Yeah, I kind of just jump around and do everything. And
Nice. What up, Clover?
What up, dude?
What up? Some new people in here.
I guess he froze up.
Froze up.
Like he's staring at something.
Hey, that's the best I've seen your video look in a long time. Your internet must be getting better.
I don't know, man. Internet's so shaky here.
All right.
Welcome to
I'm
third
gonna
world
blast this
countries.
one through our chat.
You know what it is? It's the rain. Like just like yesterday, I got so pissed because the internet completely shut out, and it was because they had these monster thunderstorms that rolled through here, and all the internet's on satellite. They don't have like a wire or cord that connects the internet yet. So
Like
it's all through
the whole city's on satellite.
I don't know if it's satellite or if they beam it to like the next closest city. I'm not sure how that works, but
Yeah.
the
You
main.
said you guys are in the middle of nowhere, Amazon, right?
I mean, it's far. Like, I mean, it's an hour plane flight to get to the next closest city that's of any size. There's no road that comes here. It's an island in the middle of the Amazon rainforest.
Who's this Professor Ponzo Prof? Do you have a mic?
Oh, that's Professor Kronos by the looks of it. Is that?
I don't know. Then I got Big Dick
Perhaps.
Rick trying to come in.
Oh,
Both the new guys dropped off. Maybe they didn't like our names and fuck the like
Well,
button.
they don't have their mics connected, so I don't. They just booted them.
Well, we could hear the Doge guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where'd they go?
but he disappeared.
I don't know. They're probably noobs. They don't know how to do basic stuff. I mean, I don't understand how complicated it is. It's like I'm on my laptop and I connect to StreamYard. Like, how hard could it be?
Maybe they don't want to be connected with us.
We got
Dude.
Sidekick up in his house. What up, man? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we're not the most professional group.
Guess we got guests on the show today. So they can figure out how to work stuff.
I stopped talking to some longtime friends of mine from back home because like they just like the most basic stuff when it comes to technology.
Oh,
here we go.
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
There we go.
I was
Alrighty.
like, oh, listen the first time. That's amazing. That's what I get for saying that shit.
Hey, we thought we scared you off with the sweet names like this.
So I don't know who
I
Ponzo
don't
Prof
work
is,
there.
but they don't have a mic or something that's not letting them in.
Yeah, honestly,
Philly.
What up?
What's up, Doctor?
Philly in the house.
Living the dream, y'all. Living the dream. You know how it is.
Yep.
yeah, the dream is real. For at least a few more months. I was going to warn people, like, you never know when it ends. Party eventually stops.
Yep. Today, $500,000 in the bank. Tomorrow, going to get a job and out of retirement.
Yeah. Hey, look, we got Sidekick Finance in the chat too.
All right.
Yeah, I see them. What's going
Oh
on, guys?
God.
So what were you saying before you got booted off?
Oh, I have no idea, but it was probably about like I ran Dogecoin with my partner at the time, like a 4-day Doge conference of weirdness. So like that's the kind of stuff I do, like just not non-standard. We educate out of this place, Decontrol in Vancouver. So there's like a kind of community space we've had for like 6 years now. We just have some basement under a hair salon, and it's just like a crypto space. And then we sold beer for Bitcoin when it was like under $1,000, and then now we just have like free rent. So yeah, that can be
sweet.
yeah. So it's just like an open community space in Vancouver. If anyone's ever in town, message me or someone else, and there's always something going on. Well, there used to be always something going on. Now it's like, Corona times.
Yeah.
So what brings you to the show today?
I was gonna talk on behalf of Professor in my ear, because yeah.
Oh, got you. Okay.
And I'm familiar with a lot of the systems like really well. And I'm familiar with all the blockchain systems really well. I just nerded out for so long, and I didn't realize how much I knew until people were like, "Wow, you know a lot." And I'm like, just a nerd on this shit. I don't know.
Right.
Probably got some new jobs. Quit my other one for working in the industry for a few years now. But like I've been dedicated since I joined. Lost faith in Bitcoin though, that's for sure.
Yeah, many have.
It's Citadel, and like you're gonna get rich now. So what's with that?
Yeah.
I lost faith in Ethereum. Ethereum and Bitcoin are just like a store of value now.
Hopeless, but a lot of the stuff they do is ridiculous.
That's what pisses me off about Ethereum is they're not trying, because essentially, like, they have had this Ethereum 2.0 that was supposed to come through, and then they just keep working on it.
Years, right?
They don't want to upgrade it because the miners are making so much money from all the fees, so they're not going to.
Yeah.
They're like 5 years late,
Even when they do upgrade, it's not going to really fix the problem. It's still going to be fairly expensive to transact on Ethereum. It's just it's a broken system. Like it's an old system. I don't understand why the price is continuing to go up and everyone is so bullish on Ethereum, because there's so many other layer 2 blockchains that are so much more efficient and better than Ethereum. And Ethereum just seems like a convoluted mess to me, but it's where all the money is. So I can't argue that point.
It's because all them dumb hexicans.
They're going to move over to Pulse. They're all going to move off.
It's all the social in the community. So people love Ethereum. So people love Ethereum. They don't care about any of that stuff. Like the social layer is just more than anything. I gotta have a dedication for what. Okay, I'm going to transaction. If I'm repeating what the professor says, I'll put my hand on my head because that's ridiculous enough.
Okay.
So what's the professor's idea of the whole
Fuck
thing?
yourself.
She can give us her spiel.
All right. Okay. I'm going to see my hand on my head. I'm just going to try to read here. So it's to the left. Basically, the long term is to prove money's broken was the original concept, and after that, it's like, okay, we're kind of like, what can we do with that, like to prove it? And it's like, okay, well, first you just like spend it more than once, like within the system. So that's like the 31337. But then from there, it's like, okay, now that we have this tool, like what else can we do? The goal was always to build something that was only goes up, is free to launch. Anyone can launch it with a single button, and you own it. So like that was the original goal, and it wasn't like a realistic one, but it was like technically the goal the whole time. Like just prove money's broken by giving it all away. And then now it seems like with changing just the pricing mechanism, which is like the only thing that got changed for the up-only system, is just we price it based on, instead of the two sides of liquidity, one side of liquidity and the circulating supply. And then in order to get it to work on Uniswap, we just make the pool have the same supplies as circulating by minting and burning directly to it, which is a little bit insane because, it is. But originally it wasn't designed for Uniswap. It was designed for just a standalone contract. But in the same way that Ethereum is popular and no one will give it up, Uniswap is popular and no one will give it up. If your shit's not on Uniswap or Pancake, like no one's going to look at it. And that's really annoying. Okay, here. Okay, so the ultimate vision is with up only, we use something called an auto selling system, which hasn't been built yet. We're going to just do MGEs, but basically not give you any tokens. We're going to give you like the right to double your money. So you put your money in the MGE and it goes into an auto selling system. And then just instead of claiming, you get to like withdraw double when it's ready. So the idea being that as you put more money in the auto seller, you can predict the future because selling makes the price go up. So therefore, we can say there's just 1 million or 10,000 in the auto seller that will, and there's 1,000 liquidity that will increase the price by this much, guaranteed, because it's guaranteed. I don't know. And then we use that to offer people the ability to double their money. We say, hey, look, guys, the auto seller is selling. Look, guys, the auto seller is selling this much over time, and the price is guaranteed to do this. If you put in $1, and we'll limit it really low. If you put in $1, you can double your money in so many days, because we'll be able to see the numbers. Like everyone will see the same numbers, and that becomes like that compounds. So like as soon as one person puts in the $100 to $1 to double it, now the amount in the auto seller has increased by $1, and we can actually offer the same deal to the next person and to everyone else. So yeah, it's basically like we're just offering the double $1. So it's not a lot. You couldn't do it with a large amount. It depends how much is in the auto seller, which again isn't really it. Yeah. So then the idea would be to give away $1 to like a fuck ton of people in the developing countries, and just tell them to push this button, and you will double your $1. And then when they get to like 10, like then they can start withdrawing. And then the idea being like they should give out invite codes or give one of their dollars to a friend, because you got to get it to spread person to person, because the social layer is just the end all be all, and tech doesn't matter in the end. People using the tech matters, which is a depressing thing to come to terms with when you're an inventor.
Right.
It's true. Social matters. Yeah. I guess that's the spiel. The up-only plan. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't understand the up-only system, and it's basically, you got to kind of be familiar with price floor mechanics. So like there's a price floor. That's the lowest the price can ever go, blah, blah, blah. But instead of letting the price go above the floor, we trap it at the floor. So it's always the floor. There's no, and it only goes up from the burns. So there's only buying and selling at the floor price. And that's how we accomplish it going up on sells, because you sell, there's a disproportionate amount burned compared to the money put in. And then it goes up because it prices live off the circulating supply versus the liquidity on the one side of the token. And then it does that by using two things. One is a dab. Call it a dab. good call. The dab is a dynamically adjusted burn. And that it basically just says if the pool price and the true price are off, it will just adjust the burn to make it so you paid the right price. And that is really hard to communicate to people, because the chart, that won't be super apparent. In the chart, it will be like bouncy, I guess. Yeah, but in the reality,
who's stealing my name?
Mm-hmm. So you got to burn the dab, right?
Yeah, you can dab until you can't dab no more. Then you just burn the pool, or you mint to the pool. Yeah, so honestly, it's a weird system. Yeah, once I wrap my head around it, though, it's pretty straightforward. Like, it's just the pricing model is different, So like, there's really like not that much different, but making it work on Uniswap is really janky. It's like
somebody
I mean, it really sounds like, as you're buying into the price, as you're buying the tokens up, it pushes the price of the token up. So putting it $1 now, it could mean that, because then all you have is what you have left in the supply, means that each dollar is more valuable. So basically, the person who got in at first $1, then all of a sudden, when later they want to get out, they can have $2 based on the same amount of tokens, because now they've gotten more into the supply. So you can actually predict by how much money is being put in what your $1 will be worth later on.
Yeah, but because you can't know how much is being put in, but you can know how much is being put out, because you're doing it yourself. So that's why it's the auto seller. Like, you could, I guess, auto buy would work, right? Yeah, auto buy would work, but it'd just be a two-stage process. And auto buy would mean you can't predict as well, because other people can come in before your auto buy happens, and it would change the effect of the buy, because it's now it's now proportional instead of like number based. It's proportional to the whole, or something like that. So the amount you put in is like what you own is proportional to the whole, instead of like just a price that goes up and down. And more tokens are minted as you buy them. Tokens are burned as you sell them. Kind of things. A new type of elastic supply, I guess.
It's similar to the Terra Luna model.
Oh, okay, that is the Luna, the stablecoin.
Philly, why are you acting all like professional and stuff? This is not how you normally act.
I'm eating.
Got your
I don't want to chew on my food.
You
I
got your
started wearing
shirt all.
t-shirts the other day.
Look at this. I'm my apple. Here's my lunch at 4:35 p.m. Just kind of gets to show you how my day has been.
Here's my breakfast and my lunch.
Yeah. So this is the funny thing. You know this. You should know when I'm feeling frazzled, very frazzled, I start speaking slower and I end up being more professional. But it's because inside I'm like a turmoil. But it had nothing to do with you guys. It just has to do with how busy I am. That I'm angry. I'm having this for lunch at 4:35 p.m. That's all.
Well, you should start punching your fucking patients in the face. Tell them to fucking get it together. Hey, listen, I'm the doctor. Bam, get it together, bitches, and move on.
I mean, look, I think it's besides the other thing is like we got new people that are coming in, right? So we at least want to show like we know just a little bit enough to get us in trouble. I mean, what a coincidence. I mean, we got the Hobbs Network token, another elite model, but we just have Mr. Function with Gangster Finance, so another elite token. So it's like, and here we have coming from Professor Kronos with also now the Upmatic with now the Octaдаlia and the whole thing with their MGE. So yeah, I mean, we are all elite today. It seems like it. So I'm here listening, learning.
The technology stack is very quickly spreading, that's for sure. It's as developers around the space start to grasp what it's capable of, it's going to become a powerful component
it's like
in a lot of projects.
groundbreaking shit that's not even really being talked about yet.
Basically, you guys are like on the very freaking cusp of this shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've heard about BNB. I mean, I think a lot of people.
So it was apparently a funny thing. I guess story. So when the Octa Lily got released, it's like its solution was to, instead of going up forever, we make more markets. That's like the key. So instead of having one token, like it goes up forever, that'll just be disproportionate to like who can do what. And when you have like Root's a good example. It's like so expensive and no one wants to buy it. So if you have so for Octalily, it was like instead of the focus being on like look, it only goes up, and then the professor just ended up making flowers and giving them to everybody, and it's like this jumping to the next step, like that problem hadn't existed yet. So with Octadalia as well, when too much money comes in and there's like just too much, it's never going to move because it's based on the volume compared to however much is in there at the time. So it's like if there's only 10,000 liquidity, you only need so much to go through double your money. But if there's a million, like no one's going to want to buy into that, knowing that like how many millions more need to go through just to you go back into profit. So that way you just make another market that's with a lower liquidity amount. So there'll be ranges of markets in the end. So it'll always start small, and only like people with $10 can get in. You can get in with more if you buy 10 twice. So there's limiters. But as the liquidity builds up, then it becomes open to more people because basically there's like a limiter on how much you can buy. So it's like it forces the people with less money to get in first, and it forces the whales into an awkward position where they can't even enter the market. And if they do, they've got to enter in chunks. So it doesn't really make a difference. Like it's the same as if a bunch of people entered. So that way, like the goal is to take the bunch of people give it out to the third world and then get the West to pump their bags.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, it's country, but you get to scale it up though, and it's like I don't know, communicating this stuff's hard. Like I'm not a marketing person either, so I have no. I have respect for marketing people now that I didn't used to have because I used to just like, oh, it's a bunch of shills. But no, after seeing the last exchange I worked at, it never took off. But I learned that marketing people if they know what they're doing, if they're really about that life, they're trying to find like how do we find the people that want this and tell them how cool it is so they buy it. As opposed to like how do we get people to buy it? Just like different mindset.
Well, change your name first of all. Take that Doge part out if you want people to take it seriously.
Yeah,
I've been Doge forever. I'm just Doge. Like my work email, everyone in my life except my mom calls me Doge.
You know what's funny?
Wow.
This is a similar concept. I mean, this is a similar concept to what Hobbs is doing with the Ace network. With the Hobbs network token, right? where it's just limit how much you can buy. You know, you can get in one BNB, two BNB kind of whitelist where everyone, there's a limit to what each one can get in. So there's 500 spots, max each is one BNB, for example. And then that's it. That's hard cap. So basically, you know, while you may be whales, but everyone gets in at this point, and that's when it's launched. And then for then on, it's gone out. You know, then it's the public.
Yeah, another cool concept is to elastic supply that sells into a market as it goes up. So you just like, anytime $100 is bought, you just dump $50 into the market and then add it to liquidity.
Yeah.
But no one likes mint buttons. They're very scary.
Thing is, they have to be used carefully, responsibly. That's the problem, is that not a lot of projects know how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is for Professor. Yeah, everyone who forks Rootkit does better than her. Like at the social layer, and it's like comical almost. Yeah.
Well, I've said it before. The person who invented the transistor didn't know what to do with it. The actual use of the transistor came out like 15 years later, and it had nothing to do with the inventor.
Yeah, the inventor just doesn't really get like a free pass. You just get the first chance to put it out there. And, you know, if we don't care, like I know we're all open source people, so it's like when you see something, you just want to build on it. You know, you don't want to go, can I? Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, apparently I'm supposed to deliver this message. The licensing was done wrong. So it needs to be re-released under MIT license, I think, and it will be. So, some licensing issue that like technically it's copyrighted code right now, but that was a mistake. If you don't license code when you release it, it apparently defaults to copyright. I don't know. I don't know about that stuff.
Yeah, that is actually a thing. If you don't put a license file, and particularly so on GitHub, I actually faced some interesting hiccups with this when I was first starting out in my development. If you put code on GitHub, make sure you stick a license file with it if you intend to let others use it. Because even if you don't put a license file on it, and even if you're cool with people using it, okay, someone can still, you know, pick shit and basically say, hey, look, that person's using something and it's, you know, there's no license on it and blah, blah, blah. You know, there's all sorts of trouble. So, I mean, generally speaking, if you're a developer who loves open source and sharing your code and letting others build on it, okay, MIT license is a great choice.
Yeah, that's what I heard is the current running lead. If anyone has any other opinions on non-MIT, I can pass those on here. But yeah, just the MIT is like the one that's most open where you don't have to credit and stuff like that.
Actually, MIT, you can. So the terms of MIT, if I remember correctly, is actually that you can copy, reproduce, edit, modify, and re-release under any terms, provided that you actually re-release under the same license and you specify what you've changed and allow other parties to then further do the same thing to your code base. So you have to share your code and release it under MIT also. It's a chained license.
That's a good way to do it.
So yeah, very, very good choice.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
No, I was saying I didn't licensing that said the same thing. Pretty much like MIT is the way to go if you don't care about like credit and copying and you want everyone to use it, just MIT.
Yeah, MIT. I mean, yeah, there are suggestions as to how it should be applied, but yeah, MIT is great for copy pasta stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is one of the most quietest shows of all time.
Go fuck yourself, you fucking faggot.
Oh,
there you go. I liven it up.
True love finally comes out at last.
Hey, I was out of town for the weekend. Give me a day to fucking settle back in.
Come on. You know, hey, you know where I'm at. Come my way, bro.
You're only like, what, 2-3 hours away. You better watch it.
Go ahead now, you fucking wrong, bro. You think he fuck?
But see, Kelly would intentionally take that fall with his ass in the air like that. It would be totally intentional. You wouldn't even hit him. You'd go to like start to swing at him, and he'd already hit the ground. Boom! Oh no!
Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. You can say all the shit you want. I already know that you give everybody a second chance, and a third chance, and a fourth chance.
Everybody, just BT. Again, second chance.
We got some aerial footage of a volcano.
Oh, that's crazy. Look at this footage of a volcano, Jenny, from a drone.
Holy shit, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
how the fuck
Your
did a
balls away
drone
from
not...
that.
How the fuck did a drone not just fucking melt to pieces, dude? That shit's so hot.
Mining the volcano now. Like they're using the volcano for mining somewhere. I don't know.
Drone.
Oh yeah, in El Salvador, I think.
That's awesome.
That's
Whoa.
really cool. Like, you know, they're
Jerking my
using.
fucking dick. What's up, man?
I call him Jerkin Morpheus' fat dick. Oh, there he is. Isn't that weird? They
Speak
just
of the
showed up
devil,
together.
and he shall appear.
Dog slapped the shit out of him, man.
Go fuck with the dog.
Yo,
Yeah,
so hold on.
sorry.
Sidekicks put up a question. Is Upmatic using the up only tech, or is Upmatic regular elite?
Upmatic is going to be a regular one, and Up basically Up. This is the worst names, I guess. Up and Up only. So there's Up tokens or just elite tokens, like or with an elite pair, and Up only is like the full new system, and it's going to be more public for letting people make them later. Because the idea is we should all have our own currencies, like in the end. There's no reason not to at this point. We're just gonna make so many currencies that everyone has one, or something. I don't know. Something like that will come out of it. Where there's a reason for more currencies now, as opposed to more high-priced currencies. You could just have clones of the same thing, and it seems like a really weird concept. But once you get your head around it, it's just like, why would we have two markets when one group of people has $1 each and one group of people has $1 million each? They should not be in the same market. That makes no sense.
Huh.
And price discovery is a broken system. So price discovery is like this whole concept of like whoever bought it recently, that's the price for everything. It's worth that because someone bought it, and that's just dumb. It's not. If two people buy something, or if something comes to sell, does that mean everyone else's is worth that much? Like, does Mark Zuckerberg have 10 trillion in Facebook stock? No. You know, like that doesn't really work that way, but like we just are told it does, and it's not real. So it's like you gotta kind of just, what else can we do? So changing the pricing model and non-fixed supply is like seemingly a good answer. We'll see how it goes. Upmatic's doing not so great. So shill Upmatic. This is a shill. I'm shilling. Upmatic, please go buy it. I don't know. I'm not good at shill. Yeah, I don't got good shill powers. You know, shill and be shilled.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay. You're in a good group. If you can teach us very well, if you can talk about the tech, then we can make our own decisions, right? I mean, it's not like I say it's going to be 1,000x in 3 days, right? Nothing like that.
It's like the last marketing team. They were telling people it only goes up, but it doesn't. It goes up more than down on average, given circumstances or something like that. So people are still complaining, like, I thought it never went down, like up BNB, and I'm like, oh God, why did they said that?
Yeah.
But this one actually doesn't go down, but it's really slow at going up, proportionally to how much is inside and how much people spend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, look, it's in terms of these tokens, a lot of time is what's the use case and what's the perception, right? You really value what you perceive. I mean, you can buy a Nintendo Switch, and when you bought it, because there was so much demand and everybody wanted it, it was worth more. You can buy it more expensive. While now it's not seen as such a demand wanted, but at the same time it's sold, and it made a lot, there was a lot of use case behind it, but then that also allowed it for other things to come on afterwards. So I think it's, in terms of financial model, things are good, but also in terms of how is it going to be perceived and received, and you're actually giving it that value is what really allows it to either succeed. And actually, you can say it only goes up, but it actually not only goes up, it can last a long time. And it can hold its value for a long time. To me, that's probably
it could go up while everyone leaves the system is an interesting part. So if everyone slowly sells and just exits, the last person will get the highest price.
Well, it sounds like real estate.
It could be like worth $1 million and then still only have $1 in liquidity, and it can be worth $1 and have $1 million in liquidity. So just kind of, and that could be the same token that does that, like just depending how people come in and out of it. It's such a weird concept. Like I just think the goal right now needs to be like getting a chart up, because like a chart that goes like or whatever this way in the mirrored, like up and to the right. If you can see that, they'd be like Dex Tools shows you up and to the right, then it's up and to the right. Simple as that. Yeah. And people don't care at that point. They're just gonna buy it. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, if somebody's willing to pay that price, whatever the price is, that's what it's worth.
Yeah, as long as that at that moment, that's what it's worth. I'll give you that. At that moment, it's
Right. At that moment, exactly.
At that moment, but it might not really be worth that in what do they call it in the financial world? Intrinsic value or whatever the bullshit word is.
The intrinsic value. Yeah.
I want to pass on the term for elite can be impermanently backed. So
Well, to me, you know what I call the elite? I said this earlier. I said it to me. The elite token is basically like it's like a flying buttress, right? And a flying buttress is basically, what does it do? It sustains the, it supports something. It supports a building. So if you think about it, but at the same time, it's mostly hollow. But yet a flying buttress can support the weight of it. So if the elite token is basically like a flying buttress, an architect, where basically it supports the value of something, so it can actually sustain the price without having all of the liquidity underneath it. It just has to have enough to sustain the price for it.
Yeah. The one annoying thing is the front end issue. So like moving up tether to Matic was like an exciting thing, but then it was just like no one can get into it. And even though there's actually a bridge like between for the elite token, like a elite tether bridge, and no one used it because the QuickSwap doesn't route through it, so you can't just like hop to it. And that's like another problem we've run into on the other tokens. Is just like if you don't have Uniswap front end, if you don't have Uniswap integration, no one's gonna look at it. If you don't have Uniswap front end integration, like if nothing will route to it from anything, it's just it's centralized. I guess I don't know. It's not very decentralized when Uniswap goes down and 90% of the volume stops. Like they can say what they want about it being fair and look, you can get the IPFS like front end here, but the reality is like if the front end goes down, 90% of the volume goes away. So that's how people use it. It's not decentralized. You just say it. You have to actually people have to do it, and they don't.
See, that's an interesting concept too, and I wonder if perhaps that might be the next sort of interesting idea that can come to the development front, is if projects would encourage people to learn how to host their own front ends or whatever. I mean, if people take just 5 minutes, okay? If I wrote up the guide, it'd take maybe 5 minutes for each person to have their own copy of the Gangster Finance site loadable on their own computer. So even if the main site went down, you can go, oh shit, well, site's down, just, yes, there's my interface. And, potentially then, if people had that knowledge, instead of just depending on the sites that exist, the front ends that do exist, then, there'd be more decentralization. I think that might be the next sort of call. I mean, educate people how to decentralize further. Don't just show them, hey, this DeFi tool exists, Yeah,
we all had a folder on our desktops that was just like front ends, and then we just clicked on the one we were going to use. Like if that was the standard, that would be so much better.
Yeah.
Oh, and then also you could do like different front ends for different people's things easy. So like who knows like what the best front end is? Like actually it's interesting. A while ago I tried to make a game like way long ago, an ETH game, and the idea was it would be like different people would play it and have a different game. So like the one group would be like picking flowers and the other group would be growing weed. And then like they're actually just so you can have the kids playing with the adults, and they're playing a different game, but it's like the same game.
Because like you can just skin the front end to be whatever the hell you want it to be. It doesn't matter. It's the same contract serving the back end. Yeah,
and that way you can have 5 or more games that just kind of support each other, and like just if people liked one and not the other.
That'd be such a mind fuck too. I mean, you could totally do one token for 2 completely opposite crowds. I mean, imagine the shit that would happen then, though.
Huh.
I mean, I'm almost thinking that's a method for market turbulence right there.
Morpheus, you slow, man.
JMFD, what's up, bro? You want to say something? We don't want to keep you. You're here in the chat with us. Come and join us.
Yeah, what's up?
I was just listening, man. And interesting conversation.
Are you listening or are you getting mind blown?
A little bit of both, I guess.
Column A, column B.
Him and his fucking man Morpheus showed up at the same time.
Hey, Morpheus. Hi, shipmate.
Yeah.
Hi, shipmate.
Hey, Sally.
And there's 2 of them in the chat.
Sally, do you deal with people with substance abuse problems?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your line of psychology there, buddy?
What's my line of psychiatry? Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, addiction is my specialty. Dealing with kids, jail. Yeah, mostly
Do you do any?
Do you do DBT?
You do any pro bono work? I'm there. Look, I went to go visit a couple of friends. I have been working on a solar project. I'm working on. In fact, I gotta go pick the shit up in about an hour. But on my way out of his house, I noticed a fucking syringe in the ashtray on the table that's on the fucking porch and shit. I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Right?
You kick the frozen me.
And he goes, "Oh, that's Darren's." And I'm like, okay. So I just started, and I'm like, "All right, go away." And then I went to go talk to Darren. He's willing to go to a rehab in like 72 hours from now. I told him he can park his fucking bullshit car over my place or whatever. But because he's scared he's gonna lose it while he's in rehab. I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
What's the substance?
Anyway,
what's the substance?
it's I think he's either A, shooting meth, or B, shooting H. So
We have
I think it's meth because he's got a private security job. I can't see him really shooting H, but it's possible.
Well, is he always like this?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm not
Vancouver's
hungry,
doing
or is he always like this?
I don't see him in any of those ways. Okay,
Right.
but he's on Suboxone or some shit like that right now, or some shit. And
So it's heroin.
Yeah, H probably. Jeez,
yeah,
that's
it's
nasty.
probably H. Yeah,
That's okay. You know what? This is what I'm going to tell you. I'm gonna take
Like
it
fucking
very-
E and J.
Yes, I am.
This is what I'll say. This is I can give very general hints in terms of Suboxone, and it's really works with all of them, right? You start out at a moment, they still use heroin, you go up. They still use heroin, you keep going up. Then you keep going to higher doses until all of a sudden they stop using heroin, and all of a sudden they get their life back. It works wonders.
Now, do they get their life back? But they're dependent on the Suboxone bullshit.
Oh, hold on.
Like methadone.
Well, hold on. Getting your life back is working. It's like having a type 1 diabetic. Doesn't mean you got to have insulin for the rest of your life, right? Get your
What you're saying
get your life
is
back
he's a fat
first.
fuck that eats too much heroin.
Yeah, get your life back
now-
first, and then we can talk about
You're back again.
There he comes back. Yeah, I was gonna say
There
get
he
your
is.
life back first. Get your life back first, and then you can talk about weaning. But get your life back first.
Talk about weenie.
17 people
Whoa!
out there, guys.
Don't be talking
Yeah.
about weenie.
Well,
Hey, so what's Hex doing? Have we had a look at Hex today?
I think it took a little bit of a. What was
It's
actually
pooping with everything.
It took
42 cents.
42.
Everything's kind of down right now.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's the reason why I was late. I would have been back much sooner, but I saw that shit. And,
Your
you
ass
know,
was eating. That's what it was.
no, I just started eating when I got home, motherfucker. And I got home
You're
2
all-
seconds before I got on the
You're
show.
all, bitch, you better have
Shut
that
the
chicken
fuck
ready.
up. Shut your ass up, man. Always
I
comment.
thought you were.
Mind
I
your
thought you
neck.
were the man. Sorry,
Hey,
I thought
looks
you were
like,
the man.
Mind your neck, pink beard.
Sidekick's going to come play with us too. Sidekick's about to join, I think. Bloody King
Is he?
Cos. Yeah.
All
He's
right.
Okay.
gonna play with us. Only one who plays like that is Dr. Felly there. I think his name needs to be Dr. Felchi.
Come
Actually,
play, come talk crypto, come do
Felchi,
something.
not Fauci. Dr. Felchi.
It's okay. Don't
think I got all fixed.
be snowballing my name.
Oh, hey, hold on. What's up, creature?
He could have fucked your name up even more. He could have called you Doc Blumpkin.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. You reading Felly's inner thoughts there, Sheep?
There he is.
Go
What
fuck
up, man?
Hey,
What up, guys?
there he
What
is.
Look at that.
Sidekick boss.
How's everybody
How you doing?
doing?
Good.
Yeah,
Hey,
good,
man.
man.
Yeah, no, you guys are doing
Right in the
NFT
house.
stuff too, right? Professor's announcing a new thing. It's going to be called, you guys love these kind of jokes, right? So the Sharft is the shattered NFT. So you're going to take an NFT and you're going to Sharft it, and then it'll have a million tokens instead of one NFT, and then you can put them on Uniswap easy because right now there's no like good fractional NFT trading. So you just sharfed it, and then you get to make people say sharfed. You know, like just about people in business are going to have to say sharfed.
See my
That
name?
sounds a lot like shark. It sounds a lot like shark.
I make
we don't make that.
guys have to
we don't
say this
don't
name in
argue that.
AMAs.
Just, it sounds like it.
Just shark some NFTs, huh? Well, I'm gonna shark me an NFT, make some money. Yeah.
Well,
Hey, did you forget the shark?
I just sharped it.
Are we making a sharft? You know, you got to picture the dudes in business suits like arguing around a table, like what the hell is a sharft and why aren't we doing it? You know?
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I reckon they were running into issues when they named that security bloody crypto thing. What was it? ZK Snarks? Do you know what a snark is?
Oh, ZK
No.
Sharks? Yeah, I don't. What's a snark?
Yeah.
You sure you want to know?
Yeah.
I feel like
It's someone
I feel
who
like
tries to
you're-
turn around and smell their fart after they just done it.
Oh, I do that all the time.
I don't do that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's rookie shit. The pro shit is when you buttercup yourself. You know, you catch it and you buttercup yourself. You hold it real tight. And
I was gonna go back and get some more food. Yeah, thanks for fucking that up, you assholes.
oh, come on, your fat ass could still. Oh, you just
Hey,
can't walk.
man, dude, I know you ain't talking about fat. All the pack of hot dogs on the back of your neck. Turn around.
Let's do the booty.
Show us your fat ass.
You would want to see you black guys with the fat asses, man.
Show us your fat ass.
You black guys with the fat asses. You love to see white fat asses.
Yeah. I bet you got muffin top too. I bet you.
No, I don't. I
that'll be my
don't. I
name
did a
tomorrow.
few months ago. Doctor.
I'll make that my name tomorrow, Dr. Phil.
What is that? Is his profile pics? That's freaking baby Biden token. Jeez, what the hell?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Is it?
Baby Biden token mooning. No.
Wait. That means. Wait, hold on. That's the Biden. I'm pretty sure.
You've heard of Dr. Feel Good. Dr. Philly is Dr. Feel Wood.
Not Felchwood.
Dr. Feel Wood. He feels wood. How are you feeling?
And look, Shane's right above me, but I don't feel anything.
You got tiny nuts, huh?
Yeah, but I'd rather hide behind a huge dick.
You know, whatever. You got squirt them.
You eat so much, Morpheus, we'll call you Dr. Fat Ass.
We can just call
Hey
him
guys.
Goofy.
What up?
I don't know if I told you guys, but Sidekick actually managed to get something further done for Gangster as well.
Oh, cool.
The headquarters, it actually shows GFI, so like you can head over there and it shows GFI stats as well as all your other tokens, and it's also up there on DeFi Watcher as well. So got all the analytics that Sidekick does, the way that they do them. It's been a while coming. They've been working really hard on it, but yeah, I'll be putting up some extra links on the dashboard to show off those features as well.
Yeah, that site's really good. I've seen that one actually. The site is really good.
No,
Data sites are not easy.
Yeah,
I tried to do one a long time ago when I was just still newer, and it's just it was not an easy task pulling the data from everywhere and like deciding how to parse it in like the most useful way. There's so much to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, thanks, Don. I mean, we released some stuff. It's still in beta, but we got a big release coming this week that should give you. It should basically put us on par with PooCoin and Ape board. So we should basically be matching them by the end of the week.
People are looking for an excuse to leave PooCoin at this point. I mean, they always have been. It just sucks that PooCoin's been the best one. It's also ironic because it's BSC. Like, I appreciate that, but still.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's all about to be tested, right? Might as well. If you're not here to revolutionize, then you're here to follow the sheep, right, Morpheus?
Don't build anything that anyone's already built before unless you're making it different because,
better. Unless you're making it better.
Yeah,
not different. Better.
Better.
Unless you're making it better.
Well,
a lot of people just look for ideas that they can like, oh, that's a good idea. I should just do that. And it's like, okay,
think about it. Steve Jobs comes out with the personal computer. Then he, his investors price out the consumer. And next thing you know, Bollywood Gates. Hey, look what I got. Windows 3.1. Everybody want some? Come and get some. You think Jobs wasn't pissed off? Jobs was pissed. But people could afford it, therefore it was better. Right?
Yeah, people need PCs around the world right now. Actually, everyone's on phones, and it's like not a good path. It's not a. Everyone's on phones now, like straight to phones, no PCs. It's not going to be good. We got to. That's another problem we got to address with the blockchain, I guess. It's like, what are you going to do? Yeah, they need computers because there's no learning on phones. You have no control.
And everybody needs to go more Linux and find you a Linux distro. Fuck Bill
This is the
Gates.
year
He
of Linux
sucks
desktop.
cock.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Linux is coming this year.
Linux is the way to go. Definitely.
Find you
Never happening.
a decent IDE and learn to fucking code too. You know.
Yeah.
And get your game up. You know.
Not even like good code. You just have to learn how to read it a little bit, and then you can make small changes.
Right. At least learn a little bit. Yeah, but you'd be surprised how many people though. They always want to come to you. I remember when I first started learning the code and shit. And people come like, hey, I got this idea. And I come right back at them. Hey, I got this idea. Why don't you open a fucking book, asshole? Here, I'll give you one. I throw it. I'm a dick, so.
Learning. I don't know about that.
Here's a book.
Open a fucking book.
Open a fucking book. Serious. You know, I mean, what? Because what? I took my time and learned the code. You want to come to me with all your fucking problems? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Well, the ideas are a dime a dozen sometimes, right? It's like, but how do you make it? The implementation is everything. There's so many people involved. Like, and every job's just as important as every other job. Devs especially like to think their jobs are the most important. But at the end of the day, the tech just needs to work. You know, once the tech works, it works.
And not have a shit ton of exploits. It needs to work, yes, but it needs to not have a shit ton of exploits too. You know, come on now. For every guy that comes up with a decent idea, there's 10 assholes looking for a way to fuck that idea up or to manipulate it or use some kind of exploit and shit. So keep that in mind. You know, just because you can make something doesn't mean you should.
But it does mean I will.
Okay, well that's fine. Like I said, just don't fucking bankrupt us in the process.
That's not fucking right. Yeah, I could after the uptether bug or whatever. Like I wasn't involved for that time frame, but I just 40 days if anyone was able to rug. That's crazy. Yeah, it was still complex, but still, it was a public burn. Anyone could burn anyone's tokens. It was like the biggest oversight. It was for last minute changes apparently, like just rush changes at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Luck. Yeah. Does anyone have more questions? Because we got to get back to work.
Hey, sorry, did I miss it? Yo,
what? I'm gonna make a list right now.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I'll catch you later.
All right, man. Yeah, well, we got a few minutes left. You guys got anything else to talk about, or what?
Yeah, Kaz seemed like he had a question for the Doge preacher over there.
Yeah, because that's he's the vocal representative for PK.
I guess I am now.
No, my phone's dying. I was just gonna ask, did it get answered? Is Upmatic the up only tech, or is it just regular Elite?
It's regular Elite tech. So they're going to be separate. It's kind of like the two brands, I guess. Up and up only will be the two like types of things because the up only tech is like still not caught on. And honestly, like the Elite tech, like you guys are using it, but like there's still a lot of people that need to catch on to that. And they're like, hey, wait a minute, it's okay. It's like, okay, wait, it's a rug button that's with an honest use case in the end of the day. So like that's why people see like, oh, you can take the liquidity. So it's just a rug button, really. But with the calculation is the clever part, right? It's like we know there's that much, so we can safely take it. But even communicating that to people is really hard. Oh, here's another one. Apparently, so because of I don't know where you guys feel on this one. So she wants your opinions. Is like people care about USD. They don't care about up BNB, up this, up that. They want up in USD value. And they don't seem to ever understand that. We don't seem to understand that it's a lot like when the whole market goes down, it goes down. So people are like, why is it going down? And then you're like, well, the whole market's going down. They're like, but why is it going down? So it's like communicating all that to people has just been like super difficult. And then like trying to jump to the end and like, oh, now we're doing price floor pricing and we're making billions of copies of clones and everyone gets one. It's just like too big of a leap. So like, sidetracked. So basically, with the concept of everyone wants USD, and no one cares about like the BNB value. People want USD. So like the plan is a tentative plan is to like start merging the systems and like collecting USD for like the eventual just like I guess we have more USD than the price floor needs because it's gone the other direction. Now the problem is the calculation just kind of out the window in a lot of ways because there's like 3 currencies now. And then it's just about like, I don't even know what it's about at that point. But that's the current plan. So feedback is requested at welcome and requested.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say that's an interesting thing to say, just because, people want the USD pricing, but, at the end of the day, when BNB pumps 10x, obviously when your token's in BNB price, that's fucking awesome that you just pump 10x. You didn't have to do it.
When it pumps 10x, it's always coming back down, right? So like that's when you do the switch over. So the idea would be to like, but it's also trading with user funds pretty much at that point. You're basically trading with the liquidity.
Like imagine if Apple was based in BNB, right, and not USD. And if the price of Apple, like what if BNB was 10xing instead of the US dollar, where it's just becoming worthless?
I think it take a long time for the dollar to become worthless. Everyone else has to fall first.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like the dollar's already becoming worthless, but inflation is.
Yeah, they got a long time pumping more dollars out, like 20 years probably easy. Like they got to crash all the other economies first,
Well, right. When they crash all the other economies, that's when BNB is going to 10x because all the US dollars is going to go to the crypto.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to print all the crypto. They print all the dollars and buy all our crypto, and then I feel like they're just accumulating. Governments and banks are just accumulating right now. Like, and just, it's going. I don't know if this is the golden bull run that never ends, but like it feels like we got at least another huge leg up, at least one more huge leg up. But after that, I'm getting nervous personally. I like the idea of switching to some USD value because eventually it goes down more than up. And when that happens, like the ones that get hurt the most are like the believers and not like the greedy people. The greedy people exited already. And all you got left in your community is the believers and people who like, want it. But we only have so much control over like, the price. It's still going to go down when people sell most of the time, like, or there's still just effects. So like the people who believe the most and wait the longest to sell are the ones that get the most wrecked, which is probably why, like when I started this bull run this time, I looked around and all the educators were just poor. I was like, hey, wait a minute. How are we the poor ones? We've been doing this shit forever. No longer poor.
Well, you know what? It's funny is that, when you're getting into a token, you're going on price, right? The token price goes up. But if you have the most supply of the token and you're selling as people are going up, then you're kind of taking that liquidity and protecting it, right? Because then you're trying to keep the same price. Now, what happens is that over time, there's going to be an equal point when all of a sudden people just stop. Maybe they stop buying or not buying as much. If you can somehow turn that around to use it kind of how like Ampleforth or Gravitoken does it and use it in a rebase portion that as people sell, the token's price shrinks, then all of a sudden you can kind of maintain the same token price because then you're doing it. I don't know how that would be possible, but basically it's a new type of, you're basically using different algorithms and trying to maintain a stable price more or less. I think I was mentioning earlier, it's just it has to be done manually unless you have a script that says over a certain percentage buy and a certain percentage sell. I mean, the biggest problem with all these prices and stable coins and stuff is always the bond system. The bond system is never powerful enough to maintain the floor. But if you're actually putting tons of yield on it, or you have a good enough use case, then you can just buy back as much as much as possible, and so that way it'll kind of push the price up, and then people will start FOMOing back in, and that'll let you deleverage again. They're just constant cycles, market cycles, and stuff like that. What did I say? Did I say something?
No, we were just fucking around in the Telegram.
We're making fun of all you guys in the Telegram while you're talking. Well, not all you guys, just Dr. Doohickey and Morpheus.
Yeah, he's over here with this shit. So I went in with this shit.
So we're still being us. We're just.
Like I'm in a hotel right now, and I keep playing Spot the Dick in the elevators because people can draw them on all the fucking elevator walls. So they got like the like I'm 3 years my record so far, and I've been telling people stats. I'm like, new game, Spot the Dick in the elevator.
Love it.
One day, one of your buddies' dick is actually hanging out his pants, and it's like, gotcha.
No, well, first thing
with this guy in the elevator.
Well, first thing, what you're saying when you have the buddy's dick in front of your pants, the first thing you say is like, "I thought you were bigger," and you walk away.
Hey, Dr. Felchi, you need to. I got some good pictures of you as screenshots I took. I wasn't just getting Morpheus.
Oh, it's all right. Anything that's out here is like, feel free. Just make sure you grab my good side. I just haven't bent over yet, so shut up.
Oh, you're looking so gay.
Yeah.
Like this.
Shane, you need some good screenshots of your scalp, motherfucker. You need hair club for
Yeah,
faggots.
watch. I don't give a fuck. Watch this. I'll take a motherfucking
Don't
screenshot.
give a fuck. Don't give a fuck.
I don't give a shit.
Oh, look at him. He's up.
Bam! I don't give a shit.
Boom.
I give
Yeah,
less of a
you think
shit. I'm too competitive. Sorry, I thought this was like a race.
Here we go.
Bam!
Oh my god.
No, it's told not suitable for work, so you guys are lucky I even have a shirt on.
Oh man, we prefer you to not.
Yeah.
We're used to one guy in here. He always has his dudes running behind him in his house with no shirts on. He calls them his sons and his uncle, but I think they're his prisoners.
He's like, they're my sons and my uncle. No big deal.
Yep. Right. So you heard before the laughter. That was my idea of how you maintain a price. A preliminary idea of how to maintain a price on a token.
It's not like, where's Waldo? Where's the dick?
Well, yeah, people just draw them in the suede, right? It's like you can people brush over them to erase them because they're like don't find it funny. If they're gone, you can see them. It's pretty obvious when people try.
Man, we need to go hang out in fucking Vancouver more often.
Hey, so I know we're about to finish. I guess we have an AMA in an hour and a half, right? An hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to have root questions, okay, here's the release list. We got the Sharp is going to be every NFT is going to be scattered, put on Uniswap or similar. We've got a USD pool coming up for everything. We've got when Automatic finishes, you're going to start Upcake right away. And then maybe up FTM or something like that. And then MGEs for the Octadalia will work about 4 different ways. So like either 9 people could put an equal value and get ownership, or just unlimited people can put in value and get auto sell, or like split tokens evenly. There'll just be different ways to start markets at the end. But that's all maybe not this month. This month is going to be more NFTs and the staking of the NFTs for the fees that will come from the drafted markets. So that way it's like a closed loop. We can just add as many NFTs as you want. And then a partner and friend NFT, because we got a lot of artist friends around like Vancouver. Like we did Dogecoin and stuff. Right? So the same people that did the art for that. Like they all want to get into NFTs, so throw something on the page. Place we go. We know they're not going to rug. Well, I guess NFTs. So many NFTs into the rug in a year. Like the picture. It's gonna be so bad. Yeah, IPFS is 1 year for people who don't know.
What is?
IPFS, if you don't log in every year, your shit gets deleted.
Huh.
Oh.
But any upload counts to the same address, so you can just re-upload the same file. But still, like people are gonna get like surprised when their NFT pictures disappear.
On what platform? What are you talking about?
Well, the pictures are all stored on IPFS. And IPFS, if you don't log in once a year, unless they changed it, that's it. You just log in once a year.
Pictures for what though? What were you talking about? I missed it.
NFTs, like everyone's pictures for the NFT. Yeah, they're all stored on IPFS. And the person who made them is not logging in once a year. They will delete them.
Wow.
I got a bunch of my account actually of some crypto saga or something. I don't remember, but all my pictures disappeared.
That suck. Having your $1 million JPEG just deleted.
That's all the ones.
What's your dumbass fault for buying one?
Right.
But the packs are so cool.
No, I'd rather break it up into what is it called again?
A sharp.
A sharp.
Yeah, sharp. You got to just don't play up the dirty jokes. And we've got to also take it really seriously. Like, oh yeah, Sharp Tech. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, my name like this, I did it as a joke originally on like a week ago on Telegram. We were on an AMA with like professional guys that don't cuss, and then they introduced me and called me out to talk, and he said I don't know what else to call him other than, and he had to say it all as professional as possible. Fuck yourself 3000.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
In the middle of a big old AMA.
Just and straight face too. You got to give. This is fuck yourself 3000.
And then later on he DM'd me and he goes, I'm gonna have to have my team take out the swearing out the 5 times I said your name.
Normally we gotta cut the swearing so listen. You gotta say his name. That's
Cunt Punter 3000. Oh fuck! A lot of 3000.
Yeah, we're all 3,000 now. Like Dr. Felchi Creeper 3,000, or no, he's 4,000. I decide because he's that
I'm just
creepy.
Just saying, Outcast did that shit. What, 20 years ago?
Andre 3,000. Yeah, he was Andre 3,000. Well, I used to be fuck yourself 3,000.5, but it was just too long.
And now you're just Captain Pinkbeard with the pearl necklace.
Nope, it's not pink. It's red. It ain't no pearl necklace. It's a fur necklace. Don't get excited, Felly.
Wow. Yeah, what? You wiped it off? You wiped it off? You wiped off your pearl necklace there.
First of all, I ain't queer, but if I was, I wouldn't be the one getting pearl necklaces. My boyfriend would be.
He's got some respect. He got some.
Sure.
He's got matrix skills.
Your pink beard says different, feller.
Turkey Slurpee.
Yeah.
You guys got nothing but good gift. Holy crap.
Shane can avoid the drops from a bukkake like Neo can avoid bullets in the Matrix.
First of all, that I would be nowhere near no bukkake, nothing. So
yeah. His pink beard says he's a bottom. He claims to be a top.
And if I was,
he's like a Democrat. They claim to be your friend.
No, I happen to say if I was queer, I'd be a super duper ultra power top. Because look, is this queer right here?
Yes.
Is this queer right here?
Very queer. Yes.
Super duper ultra. I don't even kiss them faggots.
The funny thing is, Shane, you put your hand up, right? You put your hand up, and the first thing is the circle was perfect.
Right.
It's because I have a blunt hand, asshole. I ain't gonna squeeze my blunt.
Right.
They're queer. They're queer.
You're set up for your facial, buddy.
Set it with love, Shane.
I got a question. Does anyone know like the art auction house Christie's? I got a painting and I want to tell them about it and I want them to auction it for me. I just keep asking everyone. Do you know the Christie's girl? She's really famous art auction lady. Or like something like that.
I think I've heard of, but I don't know anybody who knows. Yeah, it's one of your paintings that you painted.
I've been asking everybody. It's like one of those things where it'll happen eventually. But like I got to NFT this thing. Yeah, and I got the backdrop from the creator of ERC 1155's wedding, which I performed. Blockchain wedding, real wedding, not a government wedding. That shit doesn't count. Yeah, NFT both of those and sell them, but I want to like just go over the top. So I don't know how. I want to do it in an auction house because it's funny. It's just like, haha.
You got the creator of Engine Coin is with you? What do you say?
No, the creator of Engine Coin got married in front of this backdrop, which is beautiful. Where is it? Yeah. From the wedding, his blockchain wedding. And then this thing's the other one. It's the Dogecoin. Dogecoin's got to get sold. It's weird, but yeah. People love that shit. That's the Dogecoin centerpiece. So I'm trying to auction that shit, yeah. One day it'll happen. One day.
Don't let Richard Hart see that. He'll get one made of himself for all of his little fucking hex cult.
Oh my god. I want Elon and fucking like Justin Sun in a bidding war or something, like something like that. We get them to care.
No. Let Richard Hart know about it. He likes to waste stupid amounts of money on dumb shit so he can say he owns it.
Perfect. And this is the most historic crypto painting that exists, I think.
He'll be like, I own this. He'll probably put it on his wrist or something and carry it around his neck.
Just walking around the painting.
Yeah, I got this. I'm cool.
All right, any more root centric questions before we wrap up soon?
Cause?
Nothing from me. No, I'm excited. This is awesome. So.
What data needs to be published to get people hyped here? Like, what am I missing? What am I missing? What are we missing? Like, because basically, we want shit to take off. We've got so many releases this month, but it's like juggle.
Comment on what's happening.
And I don't know what else I can do.
So, I guess one thing that is cool with the site, one thing we did with the Elite token is like everything we're doing, all the smart contracts are all going back to the root token. How is the fee transferring and stuff going? Where does all the fees go for Upmatic?
They'll be going to the same fee splitter as as up tether. So basically, each chain will have one fee splitter, is the plan, and then that way you can kind of just point things there, and it'll just like go through it and like sell them all. And like right now, and then because of the NFT shafting, each shaft will have its own market, so that'll all feed to the same fee splitter, and that'll just give like a yeah, we're gonna shaft over everything.
You better clean your pants.
Never. It's not Tuesday yet.
Like I always wear the same pants every time I shaft. They're my lucky shafting pants.
But yeah, one fee splitter per chain is the plan, just because then we can consolidate and have transparency. Because it's like the most important thing. Like, where's the money going? Where's the fees going? You know, and I like it anytime the deployer account apparently moves something. There's always someone who's like, "Hey, I noticed some money move. What's up?" It's like, good. That's how.
Look, I think the best advice I can kind of say is that, you know, a lot of us here, we're all connected through the network, but by different people. You know, we got, you know, Sidekick, we got Gangster, we got, you know, we connect through the DGen protocol, through the Hobbs network. I mean, honestly, we kind of all stay kind of very interlocked and interlaced. And I think that's probably going to be the best way, because in that way, you know, we can provide the information and the education, come on the show, get ready to be, you know, just get ready to not only educate, but, you know, be part of the group. And if you're part of the group, then all of a sudden you can, you know, then you're here, you're hanging out, and next thing you know, we're investing in your project and doing sort of, you know, that stuff. I mean, that's kind of really how I see it. Anybody else can kind of give their opinion on it, but that's, you know, I kind of figure we keep it in-house, we know who's who, and that way when it's time to spread the joy, know what's going, what fees are going, what part of projects we're doing, at least in that way we can say, hey, look, we've talked, we've vetted, we've looked, so this is the best information we have at this moment.
Yeah, it's all communities in the end, and like it's nice to have this crew. Like, yeah, press really appreciated that there's people using the tech, like, and starting like this kind of stuff about it. That's like, yeah, it's super cool. That's about I've never been anything like that level, obviously, but like, yeah, it'd be super cool to make something that people fork and like find useful, like, because there's so much garbage out there. You know, it's all the same thing.
Between all the forking and shafting, we've done everything in crypto.
Yeah.
Doing
stablecoin, right? Stablecoin's hard. The Root tried a stablecoin for a little while, apparently, like, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Quick question, Doge. Do you think new countries like El Salvador, should they adopt Bitcoin or Elite token?
Well, I mean, Elite token is impermanently backed, so I'm not sure. Like, I've heard Elite Tether is just as good as real Tether, but, you know, I checked the contract. It doesn't seem like it's holding, like, you know, I'm not sure. I think everyone should adopt up-only systems and then forget the number, and you just have like this weird value amount that keeps going up or something. El Salvador is, I almost want to move there, but I still feel like I'd get like gangster robbed or something.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you would, dude. Nerdy American white guy, you're fucked.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I want to move company there or something, like try to have like a crypto company, because Canada sucks for making crypto companies. Like, the regulators are garbage.
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Yeah, or Singapore, I've heard as well.
Yeah, Singapore.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
Yo,
there's already a Singapore company.
I want to launch the first nationwide Elite token for like a country. And be like, yo, we just launched fucking Mexico's Elite token. Fuck off.
Elite pesos.
It's called Stay in Your Own Country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can do it with this, if you can have it where the Elite token becomes the bond and burn system, maintaining stuff in terms of but you'd have to have two mechanisms, like a stable coin in terms of that. And if then and it doesn't have to be US dollar, it could be any dollar. If you can do it then you can possibly make it work. But first you got to try it, pilot it. So start small and see if it lasts more than 3 months, because that's usually the life cycle of those stable coins. About 3 months.
I didn't know that. Yeah, 3 months does sound about right.
That small is a fucking life. Oh, dude, we're fucked when BT makes a stable coin. I had hope in him because it was a stable.
Well, I'm talking like SBDO and other ones. I mean, who knows? Remember?
Yeah, those are real ones. BT sucks.
Yeah. Well, partially collateralized stable coins. That's different. And you know, the only way Iron sucked is because they had a code exploit. So that was, you know, so if the code exploit's been, who knows what the life cycle would have been. So.
Exactly.
Well, was it one of you guys is making the Elite Uniswap fork? Someone's doing that. Was it anyone here?
The Elite?
Someone's doing the Elite fork. Yeah, where a Uniswap fork that wraps both the sides, like automatically or something.
Oh,
like,
no, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it's okay, it must be what's it called? The deflect / prism slash something else. I know they made Deflect, which is the first Reflect fork, and it was like, yeah. So they're doing like an elite. I think on FTM they're actually doing it. So they're doing like an elite. You can wrap both sides of the token. And honestly, like that's what something's been thought about for a while in the root team, but it's just too much. Like running a whole market makers like an AMM or whatever is like it's a lot of work, like beyond the tech. Like so then if you're going to do that, it's like, okay, then you got to promote it, and then it's all about lending out both sides of the liquidity that you're using. So you put them both in, and then you just lend them out in like AVE or whatever, like, and then you can just basically like have a safety metric where it's like, oh, up to this amount, just lend it out, and then if there's no price movement, you can just you can use it in two places at once, as long as it's like controlled by the system and there's like some sort of liquidation function. So that's something that's been talked about a lot, but it's like just a lot of work, and it's kind of like more of it's just another AMM, right? And then you got to fight against Sushi and Uni. And like, good luck.
That's why it's good to have a nice group of devs, because then all of a sudden, when you have a nice team, because a lot of these ideas we've talked about for a long time.
Yep, and it's like takes so long for them to come out, and it's building one thing takes forever. And it's like getting it right takes even longer.
So, yep.
I'm going to tell the guys from Prism to maybe join up one time. And I'd like, these are pretty cool calls. Like, honestly, we have this place, Decontrol, in Vancouver. It's not what it used to be because Corona times, but we basically have like a community space like in Vancouver under a hair salon that's just like crypto nerding for many years. And it just exists. Beer money pays the rent permanently. We'll never run out of money, I don't think. We have a couple of Bitcoin. And then it goes up by the time we run out. So then we just kind of have the same amount of money every bull run. It's been a nice place to have it. I've missed nerding out with people, just like fucking talking about this shit. There's not enough.
Quick question. Is Professor Kronos watching?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. She or he, she? Is it she?
Anonymous.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's never been answered. Actually, that's a never answered question.
He or she is in the like backstage area.
It's a they them.
Okay. Listen. It's late. It's Sunday night. I'm kind of relaxed, but I just had this crazy epiphany. So what Sidekick's been trying to do since we started is kind of like bring the community together. Bring devs together instead of go at each other's throats, right? And so what is this, man? What if we got together a round table, Knights of the fucking round table discussion of developers and community marketers and all this shit, and we created a literal token where everybody, all the developers, all the community guys, we share the fees, and it's literally a true community token, literally built by the community of devs. Everyone has a stake in it, and everyone gets paid from it.
That's beautiful. That's what it should be like. Well, honestly, everyone in here is pretty freaking dedicated. That's amazing. There's not a lot of people.
A lot of the devs though have fucking bit of egos, like that's one thing I've noticed, that a lot of them don't need to work with no one else because I have fucking ego.
The skill set of devs, it's not the most important. It's marketing and social reasons.
I'm not mentioning which ones. We have a couple of devs like that. One of them I really like and trust. One of them I don't like too much, and I trusted him anyways.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where devs
hard
skill. Like not everyone can learn to be dev. So like when you have a hard skill, people just overvalue it because they know it's hard to learn. So they're like, oh, my skill is more important. But like you can build the coolest thing in the world, but if no one knows about it, it's not the coolest thing. It's just nothing. And the devs can build amazing things that probably no one's ever heard of over and over again. Like how many files on people's computers are like world-changing tech just waiting to be found? Probably a lot. Right. They never got seen, right? Because the dev is just one part of it. It's like the start. So yeah, it's easy to overvalue yourself when your skill is rare, and then you shit on the community guys who sit in the Telegram chat all day. That's the real work. That's the grind work right there. Like sitting in there, being present in the Telegram.
Sheep and I, that's our job, to sit in the Telegram and talk shit.
It's the most important job. I think so anyway.
I'm the one who likes to stir the pot. I get bored. Just start stirring away.
Fuck you, bitch! Eat a dick!
Pretty much. That's me in the chat when I'm bored. Like, who can I pick on? Who can I pick? That one. Next person who talks is getting it.
Right.
No, it's good. It's good. I think we should do stuff like this more often. Maybe something a little bit, I think it's good. It's
really good. Weekly, even like just sharing ideas, code review or something like that.
Yeah.
Idea review.
Yeah.
We got to do the Knights of the Round Table name or something. You know.
Right.
We need an epic name. That's the rule.
We need a what? And a what?
Either an epic name or like a terrible name.
Excalibur. No, I don't know. It's a terrible name.
So let's do that from the list.
Cunt Punter 3000.
Yeah, that's a good. That's the name, Cunt Punter 3000.
Yes.
Well, we got anything else today, guys? Or what?
Just saying. That's so funny. I'm pretty sure Cunt Punter is one of my team's password.
Yeah. You guys got anything else? Anything else to say?
Nope, we're good.
No, I'll see you over in the Telegram.
Good stuff. Thanks,
Black
BlackSheep.
button.
This is good stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Belly's getting turned
thanks
on.
for coming, and pleasure having you. And
Belly's
you guys
getting
have a
turned
good day.
on.
All right, and don't forget to destroy the likes on the.